Hello students, good morning to all of you. In my previous video, I was talking about the text birth from the snapshot. The part 1 I have completed, and the second part today I am going to discuss with you. We have left till the scene of operation theater when the doctor, the practitioner, recently practitioner, that is Andrew, was doing the and operating Susan, the wife of Joy Morgan, and the situation is very tough, and they all are very worried because of the pregnancy and because of the difficulty, and the scene was very frightened by the midwife and the doctor who is there. So you see that they were trying to sort out the situation of the Suzanne, and they suddenly reminded of the child that is below the bed and bed, and they were talking about where is the child, that they unconsciously, and they put that baby after the delivery under the bed. So they took out the baby and tried to give the recovery, or try to give him the breed that that Andrew was doing. Still kneeling, Andrew started at the child with a haggard frown. Right now, what do you mean by haggard? Haggard means looking exhausted and unwell, especially from fatigue and worry or suffering. Now, if you remember my previous lecture, I told you that what is the condition of Andrew as as a doctor and as a boyfriend of Christine, right? Now, what happened with that with him? That mentally he is very disturbed because of the disappointment, and because of, you can say, some small quarrel with the Christine, and he was continuously thinking about that midnight. And the same happened that day he was also operating the Susan case, and this case is also very serious, that I told you that they are having a baby after 20 years. So it's very precious and very important and very fulfilling, and very naturally they are very much worried about their baby's birth, right? So now the only hope for them is only the Andrew. The whiteness now stared at the child. Now Andrew was staring at the child because he was thinking that maybe he is not going to save this child. The whiteness meant only one thing. Now you can see that the body is going to lose her charm. That the body means the baby. The baby is going to lose that. That is, he is going to pale, and the asphyxia. Asphyxia means a condition arises when the body is deprived of oxygen. Now the baby is not taking breath, and if it is not taking breath, then he will become unconscious, or maybe he will be died, or maybe he suffocated if he will not get the oxygen. And pallida means suffocation, or maybe the baby goes in an unconscious condition because of the lack of oxygen and excessive of carbon. Okay, and his mind unnaturally tense. Now you can understand the situation of Andrew, that how his mind, and he is very exhausted with this thing, unnaturally tense, raised back to a case he once had seen in Samaritan, to the treatment that had been used. Now suddenly, now you can understand the situation of the doctor. Now within a second they have to take the decision that what to do with the things. Each and every step is very important, and it is the situation of life and death about the patient. So that is very important for them. So that time Andrew was remembering one case, and that was the Samaritan case, and in that they used one treatment, and that she was instantly reminded of that treatment that had been used in that case. Instantly he was on his feet. Now he was kneeling down. Kneeling down means he was bent down or knees down, and instantly means curiously and immediately he got up on his feet. Get me hot water and cold water. Now what he was asking for? He was asking for hot and cold water. He threw out to the nurse and basin too. Quick, quick. Now he was asking to the nurse, please get me hot water and cold water, and he ran to the basin in the kitchen. Quick, quick. But doctor, he flattered. Faltered means to lose strength or momentum, right? Her eyes on the pallid body of the child. Right now, that the nurse is saying that the doctor sees the body of the baby, that it is going to fail, and because of poor health. Now you can see her eyes also. That doctor, what are you doing? He shouted again. It was very concentrated on the treatment. That's why, and he was very clear. Then he said, quick, nurse, please. Snatching a blanket, he laid the child upon it and began the special method of respiration. Right now, he snatched one blanket and put that baby on it and begin or started that method, that treatment which was given to Samaritan. Right, the basin arrived. The ewer, a large jug with a wide mouth, formerly used for carrying water. Now you can also say that one big utensils, and the big iron kettle. Iron kettle means that in which they can have a hot water. Frantically, he splashed cold water into one basin, into the other. He mixed water as hot as his hand could bear. Now he has prepared two basins. One is for cold water, and the second which is mixed water. It's not that much hot water, that much water which his hand could bear. Means your hand can bear the water, not that much hot, so that the baby can bear the water. Then, like some crazy juggler, you know that juggler that who are using the balls and throwing into the air and picking it up one by one, two, three. Now, like a crazy juggler, he hurried the child between the two. Now, just like a ball, right? Like a juggler, he hurried the child between the two, from cold to hot, hot to cold. Now, like a juggler, he is doing like this. Now, plunging means falling steeply, each into the ice, now into the steaming bath. And the first there is a cold water, and the second one is steaming bath. Steaming bath means in a hot water. Now that he was transferring the baby from cold to hot and hot to cold. 15 minutes passed. Now he did this process or this treatment for 15 minutes. Sweat was now running into Andrew's eye. Now he was not looking for his sweat. Now it also came into his eyes and blinding him. Now sometimes when the sweat goes into your eyes can blind. Means you can close your eyes. One of his sleeves hung down, right? One of his sleeves came down, dripping. Dripping means that came down and that dripping into the basin water. His breath came pantingly. Pantingly means soft breath are coming. Means that he is taking the breath so fastly. But no breath came from the lax body of the child. Now there is no breath come out from that baby. He was breathing very fast, but he could not find the breath from the body of the baby. Going further, A desperate sense of defeat depressed on him, a ragging hopelessness. Now you can see the desperate sense of defeat. Now, after doing so much efforts, now he could feel the sense of defeat that maybe he could be defeated in this case and ragging hopelessness. Now he was hopelessness after 15 minutes. He felt the midwife watching him in stark consternation, right? Stark means complete consternation. Consternation means a feeling of anxiety or despair. Now, he was feeling that midwife that was watching him completely without any feeling with a feeling of anxiety or something excitement, right? Where there pressed back against the wall where he had all the time remained, her hand pressed to her throat, right? Now here what are the situation of the midwife, right? Now he pressed back against the wall. Now he was standing against the wall where she had all the time remained, where she was remained there through the whole procedure, and her hand pressed to her throat, right? In her neck, her hand was there and uttering no words, and she was not speaking a single word. Her eyes burning upon him, right? Her eyes burning upon him was the old woman. Now there was another woman that was also standing there. In whole process and in whole treatment, she was standing against the wall and she was pressing her neck, or you can say the throat, and she was not uttering a single word that do this. No, she was standing stand still and her eyes burning upon him. Now she was staring upon the doctor, and that was the old woman. Who is that old woman? The old woman that is the Susan's mother. He remembered her longing for a grandchild. Now you can understand the situation and the mindset of that old mother, that she was longing for a grandchild for last 20 years. Now longing for means a desiring or craving for that baby for last 20 years, as great as had been her daughter's longing for a child. Not only the old woman, but her daughter is also craving or desiring that child from last 20 years. All dashed away now, futile beyond remedy. Now you can see that when that woman was watching this situation, that the doctor was doing the treatment, and now that old woman can realize that all is going in a future. Future means in a fertile, right? That will be no hope, and they both are looking hopeless. The floor was now a draggled. Draggled means dirty, or typically from very being trailed through mud and water, right? So it is a draggled mass. You can see the floor. Because I told you earlier that the Andrew is a practitioner and he was doing this surgery, or you can say the delivery in order or in unorganized way. That's why you can see the floor was now a draggled mass, stumbling over a sopping towel. Andrew almost dropped the child, which was now wet and slippery in his hand, like a strange white fish. Now, stumbling means tripping or losing balance while walking. Now, you can see that from many hours he was standing, and he was also very tired. So he was also losing his balance while walking over a sopping. Sopping means wet floor, because the floor is very wet, so he was unable to have a balance, and as well as because of many hours surgery, Andrew almost dropped the child, which was now wet and slippery. Now that baby is also wet and slippery in his hands because of the last treatment that he did, that was about the hot and cold water treatment, like a strange white fish, right? It is like a fish. When you touch the fish, it is very slippery. It will not remain in your hand, and it will slip like a fish. The baby is just like a white fish, that he was also slippery and very wet. For mercy's sake, doctor, whispered the midwife, it's stillborn, right? Now, for mercy's sake, now for God's mercy, please, doctor, do something. That midwife is saying, it's stillborn. Oh, stillborn. He was born. Andrew did not heed her. Beaten, despaired, having labored in vain for half an hour. Now Andrew was also very tired and despaired, and he is in a grief, and for half an hour he still persisted in one last effort. Now again he had a hope that is one last effort he would like to try, and rubbing the child with a rough towel. Now he started rubbing means to rub the child with a rough towel, crushing and releasing the chest, the little chest with both his hands. Now you understand this, that how he was rubbing the back as well as crushing and releasing the little chest. When you give when the attack will come, then you give the pressure on the chest. So with the both hands, press, one, two, press. So this type of treatment that he was doing with his hand on a little chest, trying to get breathe into the lymph body. Now he was trying to give breathe to the body. And then, as by a miracle, the pygmy, means little, the pygmy chest, which his hand enclosed, gave a short, convulsive heave, another and another. Right? Now, you can see that it's just like a miracle for Andrew that he had tried many treatment, and he was now hopeless. Not only the Andrew, but the grandmother, and also the midwife was also was losing hope, and there was only one hope, that is the mercy of God, and it was just like a miracle for the baby, and just like a miracle to all of them, that suddenly there was a breathe, right, in a pygmy. Pygmy means little chest, which is hand close, gave a short means small, and convulsive. Convulsive means that is the producer of high. High means right. Now this type of breathe that he took, that the baby took, and another one after another. Andrew turned giddy. Giddy means weak. Now he was very weak. The sense of life springing beneath his finger after all that unavailing striving was so exquisite, it almost made him faint. Right? Unavailing means achieving little. Right? Now, after so many efforts, now he sensed the life beneath his finger. Right? Now the baby is in the hand of Andrew. Now he can sense that light, and it's just like a miracle for him, and it almost made him faint. Right? Now he was about to unconscious. There are so many things that he was about to faint. He redoubled his efforts feverishly. Now, before that, his situation was very weak, that he was about to faint, and by watching and by hearing the breath of that baby, that again he tried his effort. The child was gasping now, deeper and deeper. Now he was taking breathe deeper and deeper. A bubble of mucus came from one tiny nostril, a joyful, iridescent, means showing luminous color that seems to change when seen from different angles. Now, when he took the baby, because of the there is a low oxygen level, and because of the carbon dioxide, that the baby's skin is going to pale and he is about to unconscious. But when he started taking the breathe deeper and deeper, and that you can also see the changes in the body, that the body is getting pinkish and the bubbles are also coming out from the nostril, that means from the nose, that the limbs were no longer boneless. Now the baby is not looking like a boneless. The head no longer lay back spineless. Now there is a breathe, there is something in the body now. That's why now it's not look like a dead body, but it's look like a live. The balanced skin was slowing, turning pink. Now you can see that the body is turning in a pink color. That is, blood is going to reach in each and every part of the baby, and it's not look like a dead body, but it's look like a life, and it is very pink. Then exquisitely came the child's cry, and then after the baby started crying. Dear Father in heaven, the nurse sobbed hysterically, it's come alive. Now, dear Father in heaven, in Christianity, we have the Father in heaven. This is the prayer, Father in heaven, which was chanted by the Christians during that prayers. During that is the prayer to the God, and that the nurse started that prayer, and it's come alive. Now you can see that this is the baby that the God gave us a gift. Andrew handed the child. He felt weak and dazed. Dazed means tired. About him, the room lay in a soldering litter, blankets, towels, bedsheet, and soil instruments. The hypodermic syringe impelled by its point in the linoleum. Now you can look at the picture of the whole room, that everything was unorganized and in disorder, that everything was towel and blankets and CDs were there here and there, the heater on its side, a puddle of water, everything is in disorder. And the Andrew, the doctor, was looking big and dazed. Upon the huddled bed, the mother still dreamed her way quietly through the anesthetic. Now you can understand that what is the situation of the mother, that the anesthetic injection was given to her. That's why she was unconscious and she was somewhere dreaming. The old woman still stood against the wall. Now, during this whole hour, she was standing against the wall, putting her hand on a wall, on a throat or a neck, and without making any sound, she was standing there. But her hands were together. Right now, that her hands are not on her neck, but she was together like this, and she was praying. Her lips moved without sound. She was praying. Now she was not making sound. She was praying inside, right? So she was praying continuously. Mechanically, Andrew wrung out his sleeve, pulled on his jacket. Now everything is perfect. Everything is done well. Now he pulled out his jacket. Fetch my bag later, nurse. Okay, now he said that now I'm very tired. I'm not taking my bag right now. I'll fetch it. Fetch it means I'll take it or bring collect it to by tomorrow or somewhere else. He went downstairs through the kitchen into the slurry. Slurry means Scullery means a small kitchen or room at the back of house used for washing dishes and other dirt household work, right? So there is one room after the kitchen. So he through the kitchen into the scullery, his lips were dry. Now he was also very thirsty, right? And because after for many hours he was doing the surgery, so that's why he was very thirsty. At the scullery, he took a long drink of water. Now he took a water jug and started drinking. He reached for his hat and coat, and he took out his coat and hat and put on him. Outside, he found Joe standing on the pavement with a tense, expectant face. Now, the husband of Susan was standing outside, and he was in a tense mood, and he was very worried about the delivery. All right, Joe, he said thickly. Both all right. Now, he said that don't worry, Joe. Everything is all right. Both all right. Now, this is the most important line, that the baby and the mother both are all right. It was quite light, near 5 o'clock. Now you can imagine from 12 to 5, he was there and he was working for the arrival of the baby and for that mother. A few miners were already in the street. Now it's 5 o'clock, so the few miners that who are working in the mines, they are also started walking in the street for their work. The first of the night shift moving out. Now the night shift is over, so they are going back in the morning 5 o'clock, and Andrew walked with them. Now Andrew was also walking that the miners in the street, spent and slow, its footfalls echoing with the other under the morning sky. He kept thinking blindly, obviously to all other work he had done in Ballinelly. Now this is the town that in each step he was thinking about blindly and obviously his work, that what he has done for Joy and Susan, and I have done something, oh God. Now this is a very big achievement for a practitioner like Andrew, and this is the first case that he has handled, and I have done something real at last. Now the whole day that he was cursing that there was a quarrel and disappointment in his life because of his girlfriend Christine. But at the end, after the whole situation that he had handled and he had done something, oh God, thank you God, that something real at last, that I gave a birth and give life to the boy. Now, oh God, I have done something there. Why does Andrew say this? What does it mean? Now here the story ends. That is the birth. Now you can understand the life, that how the baby comes into the world, and what are the situation that the mother is going through, and how is the condition of the mother and the baby, that the only in the room, that is the doctor and the nurses can understand and can give you the picture. But this in here, you can each and every sentence is giving us the picture and visualization. When you close your eyes, you can imagine that what are the situation when your mom was giving birth to you, that she gave a life to you by risking her own life. So this is the biggest sacrifice in all over the world, that each and every mom in this world is giving birth to the child by risking her own life. Now many cases you have seen that babies came out, but the mother lost the life, and she was died because while delivery or while giving the birth. So this is really very risky thing, and that there is the tears in the eyes of the mother, and that is why this is tears. This is the first tears because of the pain that she is facing and she is tolerating, and the second tears, this is the that tears, that is a beautiful tears, that while watching and while seeing the newborn babies, that it is the happy tears are coming, that pain is not important for them, at least when that the mother is having a baby in her hand. So though she was struggling and she was in a pain, but the smile of the baby takes all the pain away. So you have to understand the sacrifice of your mother and respect her, love her, and give your care and love as much as you can, because this is the one type of God that who gives you the life in this world. So please knee down your parents and mostly your mom for giving a birth to you and coming to this world. This is your only mom can do. And please love and care and give a tight hug to your mom because of she gave you birth. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.